So we're talking about soca. Let's get to your massive, massive, crazy. I'm talking, you need insurance to listen to this song. We're talking about Nasty Up.
Nasty.
All right?
You know, people actually call that song insurance.
Because you need insurance. You know what I mean? That was actually one of the first times I actually listened to a soca song and they mentioned insurance. I said, wow, that stuck out to me.
Yeah, you want to know? That's the first word I heard when I was listening to the beat.
Yeah.
The first word that
insurance.
came to mind.
Yeah.
And I have no explanation as far as my process with writing songs. I hear stuff. And I was saying, insurance. I didn't know what to say about insurance.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea why insurance came. It just sounded like, it's kind of like producing the beat. I'm going to give away some of my formula.
Okay.
It's kind of like the beat is playing, and as a producer, what would you put in there? That could have easily been like keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just turned that into a word because it fit the track. It's easy. I don't fight the music. I just take what the music gives me. So that's the first thing I heard. Insurance.
Yeah.
I was in the gym listening to this beat over and over and over, and I almost didn't do the song. I almost didn't drop the song because mash it up and buy it back. I felt like that was used prior some years, and I couldn't remember who used it.
Okay.
And then when I went to the studio a couple of weeks before, I heard a song. I accidentally overheard a song while I was outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was being mixed or anything, but I heard someone using that line.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, they may know I overthought it. I usually overthink things.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to say, okay, he went to the studio, he heard my thing, and he stole my thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So I was like, you know what? And that was like one of the main parts of the song. I was like, I couldn't find anything to replace it. But then, let me be devil's advocate here. I started to sit and I was like, how many things that you've said or done that you've seen and heard after the fact and no one cared?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a chance and just do it. And that's how I ended up doing the song.
Yeah. Crazy, crazy song. It was because that originally came out 2019.
Yeah, 2019 for Vinci Mas.
Yeah.
Well, for Vinci Mas. Shout out to Wetty Beats. He's also on the rhythm. He has a song on the rhythm as well.
So if it was 2019 Vinci, then it would be considered 2020 for Trinidad.
Yeah. That's how it works.
And that was one of the, even though it wasn't, were you actually a contender for Road March and everything this year?
You have to be a Trinidadian national to win.
Yeah.
Or have 2/3 or better of the vocal on the track. So like if I had 2 Trinidadians on the track with me, then I could register for Road March. Otherwise, then no, I couldn't. There was no chance that I could win.
Yeah. But that was almost, we could almost say here and say that was that's clearly top 3 when it came to Trinidad Carnival.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take that. But, as soon as I start saying, then, once again, the misunderstanding part of people going to, tapping like, see.
I said it.
I see.
I said it.
I said it. Not me.
Yeah, I said
He's right, though, but.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of performances, even you and Lyrical. We're doing a lot of stuff because he's on the track also.
Yeah, he's on the rhythm, yeah.
That was crazy. And how did it feel to actually get that type of welcome in Trinidad?
I mean, it felt great. It felt great. I've been going there for many years, doing my songs, performing. What it was for me is that finally I had a song that I was very comfortable performing, because a lot of the other stuff, like with me, you have to, like, music evolves. 100%. And a lot of times what you're good at or what you like might not be the thing that's happening, right? So we had different eras where it was like this before with the whole crazy songs and the mashup songs and whatever. We went to a little R&B soca time period.
Can rhythm and stuff like that.
Yeah, then we went to the whole dance music. Everything was prum 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 prum. Everything was that. And now we're here, and this is more something that I'm comfortable doing. I've adjusted to each change, but this is me. So, I mean, anyone could look and tell, like, at my performances in Trinidad, especially. I was just always comfortable. It was fun. I was never panicked or not that I ever am on stage, but I was very, very, very much in my element. Yeah, so that was the biggest part of it for me. Like, I could just run out there, and it took a lot of stress off your shoulder, knowing how huge your song is in terms of performing. You just have to find different ways to deliver it. Yeah.
That's crazy. And where do you see the actual bubble up? Because when you put it out, it's cool, but where do you see the whole thing rise up? Like, holy smoke, something's going on here.
It's funny. When it came out for Vinci Mas, I have another song called Isaac Hunt.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That dropped, and everybody was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? So when I dropped Nasty Up, so many people were on Isaac Hunt, and for whatever reason, we just have this stigma in soca, like, okay, if he has a hit song, that's it.
You could only have one.
Maybe two. So I'm like, bro, come on. Like, the amount of songs I've written for people, I could have 12 if I feel like. It just might not be unfair with the amount of airtime I would take up because everyone has to be heard, you know? But, like, why would you kind of, like, ping me, like, put me in a box, like, one song? Like,
Yeah.
crazy, like. But anyway, the song dropped, and it wasn't really getting much play. It was getting some play.
At first.
So I noticed, like, it was on a certain radio station on a certain shift.
Yeah.
These two DJs, or a DJ and an announcer, will always play it and go hard with it. So then I have a friend who worked on the radio station, and I was bored at home one day, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm on the radio, blah, blah, blah. I was like, let me come in.
Yeah.
You know, I just asked him, he said, come in. So I just went in on the show, we started talking, kind of like an impromptu interview. And I said, by the way, there's a song here I dropped that y'all not really playing.
Yeah.
And it was Nasty Up. So he was like, pull it up, because that's like my friend. He pulled it up. Shout out to Colombian. And the DJ who was on the radio at the time had never heard it.
Yeah.
It was he was playing, my friend's the announcer, the DJ had never heard it.
Yeah.
But he was like, what you saying? Fuck it up with the powder. He's like, yo, he said, I thought you were cursing. I was like, I'm not cursing, sir. And then he was like, yo, this kind of hard. So then he played it again, and then he played it like 2 more times in the segment, and that's how it started to build. But Carnival Tuesday, and this is with 2 weeks to go for Carnival.
Okay.
Carnival Tuesday, a couple of DJs that came in, you know, playing on the road for one of the bands I was playing mass with. They were like, yo, there's a song that I really love and I'm not hearing much about my mom. But you see, the funny thing is with social media and word of mouth and everything, a lot of people apparently had loved the song but just weren't hearing it.
Got you.
So I don't know if it's through my social media, through mixtapes or whatever, but it was like on the underground, a lot of people loved it. So at a certain point, time of day, it might have been like around midday going on 1. They played it.
Yeah.
And it was so refreshing and the whole place lit up. I was like, wait a minute.
What's going on?
It's kind of
here?
like, that go outside.
Yeah.
Finally. You know, it's like somebody you haven't seen in a long time. You're happy to see them.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute. They started jumping up on people's trucks and whatever. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. So then those same DJs went to St. Lucia afterwards. And there's a hill, I wasn't there, that they had to run up on the hill below. You ready for this?
Yeah.
An insurance billboard.
What?
An advert for an insurance company.
Yeah.
Right? And they were up there. I don't know if that was planned or it was coincidental, but I'm watching like, whoa.
What's the chances of this?
And prior to that happening, there were like 2 events where I saw them wilding out, and they had people from New York who, I don't know if they knew the song or whatever, but the song wasn't big in St. Lucia when they started playing it, but people knew it.
Yeah.
So they reacted, and then the people who didn't know it were like, what is that?
They're reacting.
What I want to know about this song. And then it went from there to Grenada. They said the song was so big in Grenada, they thought it was a Grenadian song.
Okay.
A Grenadian sang the song.
Because once you say mash it up and build back, Grenada 100%.
That's always been Vinci.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, you got to tap into Vinci. That's always been us. Not taking nothing away from Grenada, but I've always said we're like cousins. So we have the
1,000%.
We have like the same type of vibe. That's always been us though. So people thought the song was from Grenada Carnival, and it just went from there, and then by the time Miami Carnival, it was a wrap.
It was gone.
Yeah, Labor Day to Miami Carnival, it was a wrap.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If somebody's not really 100% familiar, I don't know who isn't, with that song, you could get them a line out of the song?
Crazy people. That's enough. Nah, just go check it out. Check it out on YouTube. Oh, the music video I dropped earlier this year.
Yes, crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Shout out to Precisely Films.
What was the inspiration behind that video?
Craziness.
Yeah.
Basically what happens in Vinci Mass, a lot of it was shot in St. Vincent, but I wanted to shoot and capture different moments of the song and the effect it had on people at various events and carnivals. So there's some Trinidad in there, there's some Miami in there, there's a part that I shot I crop over. It's not on the road or anything, but the young lady with the costume I shot. So I've been planning this video for a long time. I just wanted it to be so epic. I didn't want to rush it. So there's a bunch of different clips in there from different places and everything. So yeah, it's basically what we do in St. Vincent every year.
Yeah, when you look at it, it's nice and clear. You could see everything, the vibe, the cuts, the edits, everything. It's super dope.
Yeah, so and I'm pretty much hands-on with. I was there. I was like, okay, he did most of the edits, and then he came over, precisely Junior Lee. And I watched him edit, like, okay, boom, I don't like this. I had some parts taken out and some parts, but yeah, I don't. Nobody just gives me anything.
Yeah, you like it. You like things done your way.
Well, I wouldn't say my way, but with my vibe, you know, my vision. Because everything I do, I see myself as much of a creative. So like with everything I do, I usually have a vision of what I want prior to. You know, it's like going to the tailor. You have a way you want your suit to be made, and if it's like the pocket's wrong, you'll be like, bro, you made my pockets wrong. Fix it.
God, that's not what you had in your mind.
That's not what I had in mind. So I try to work with people as much as possible to capture my vision.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.